Hey guys, welcome back to the homestead. So we're back on the summer kitchen project, and we're going to start making the center column for all the rafters to die into and the chimney to go up through. So what we have here is a piece of 10" by 1/4" square tubing, and it is a little dark here. I've got you in the shade on purpose because it's actually quite warm out already, and we're going to be cutting and welding. So we're going to cut this at 48 inches long, and then what we're probably going to do is cut some windows out of the middle, because what we have is a 6-inch collar tie connecting to it here, and we have a 6-inch rafter connecting to it up here, and we're going to weld tabs on 8 corners, 8 sides, and that will allow us to bolt our rafters with a plate on the other side. And yeah, so we're going to get you set up. We're going to let you watch while we tinker on this. I'm going to see if I can find you a good place to hang out. So hold on a minute while I get you set up. So what we're doing now is we've got our windows cut out. We're actually adding our tabs on to bolt our 2x6 to it. And I'll show you what I mean. So this is the top. This will go up. This thing will go vertical. and this is where the rafters will attach. What I've done is I've taken a scrap of 2x6 and I've cut my 512 on that end and the 90 on that end, and that's going to go on there just like that. Of course I got a bunch of grinding and painting to do and holes to drill, but that's going to go on there like that and get bolted just like that. So we're going to do that on 4 sides. Same thing down here, and then we got to put them on the corners. The corners are going to be a little bit more interesting because it has to be at a 45. I haven't completely decided. Part of me is like, let's go ahead and put this in, drag the welder out there and do it in place, but then part of me is like, no, I'll figure it out now, and that's one less thing I got to do. So we're probably going to set you up, let you watch us do a little bit of welding here on the next side, and we'll bring you back when we get to the next stage of this, you know, something a little more exciting. So now what we're doing is, we know this is going to be a 3x6, so we're finding the center, which is 5 inches. We're going back 1.5 inches this way, and then we're going to mark that at 3.5. Mark that at 3.5. We're going to connect those dots. And that is your edge of the 2x6, which will set right there, just like that. This plate gets welded on. There'll be a plate on this side that just gets sandwiched for compression, but we're only going to weld one side on. So we're going to go ahead and find our mask and our welder. See if we can stick this together. And I used the pieces I cut out from the window.
Let's go. You gotta go in because you can't help weld.
I know. Rue can't weld. I know.
Try.
We don't have jacket for Rue.
We're too small for jacket. All right, dog. Okay, so what's our plan here?
So what we're trying to accomplish right now is, because we use square tubing, the distance from here to here is different than the distance from here to here. If we used round tubing, it'd be the same, of course. So when these plates go on here, they can't be at the same height because they have to plane out. So it's sort of hard to explain, but there's going to be a board that, you know, basically goes. Let me get something longer and I'll show you. So these represent the 4 hip rafters. So then your boards are basically going to go across the rafters like that. And this one has to go in there like that. And this is why I was talking about welding it in place out there later versus doing it now, because that looks like a drastic difference to me. So we're just doing a little math and head scratching, etc., etc. So we'll be back when we get a little better idea of what we're actually doing here. All right, so we've done some math, we've done some experimentation. So the first thing I want to point out is that the square tubing is 10 inches one way and 13.5 the other. So that's a difference of 3.5 inches, which is a little over 1/4 of a foot. We're doing a 5/12 pitch roof, so 1/4 of 5 inches is 1.25. So we're about 1 and 5/16, 1 3/8 max. So then what we did is, remember the 3x6 is going to go in here. So this is only 2. So we measured like this for 3 inches. And then we put another 1/4 inch in there for the steel. And we ran our level down across to this steel, which is on this side of this rafter. And we got about the same dimension. We got about 1.5 inches. So we're going to go with 1.5 inches down, because if anything, I would rather have this plate below my rafter a little bit like that. I can deal with that cosmetically, but if it's up above it like that on the roof, I'm not going to be able to board it over. So we're going to go the 1.5 inches, and we're going to set the camera up. We're going to get Sue a pair of gloves, and she's going to help me just get these tacked on here, because there's about 3 angles going on at the same time, and it'll be much easier for another pair of hands. I'll grab my block of wood. It's a good explanation tool. So this piece is going to set dead center of that. The bottom here is going to be even with the top of the sills or plates or whatever you want to call the beams over there. And then what will happen is you'll have your collar ties that will go like that and out on top of the wall over there. And there'll be one, this goes to the corner. So this is going to set in that like a diamond. So the corners go here and the flats go here. Or did I get that wrong? No, I did get that wrong. We're going to turn it like a diamond. So the corners go here, the flats go here. So this will go down to the corner of the building. This will go over to the middle of the wall. Then the rafters will come up like this. This one will be a 3x6. It'll go down. This will be a 3x6, and there'll be some webbing, truss webbing in there. And then these will be 2x6 over here. They go down to the middle of the wall. And then, of course, as these go down to the corner, you have all of these hip rafters that come down. And we'll show you that in another video. But that's kind of the whole thought process. And then there'll be a stovepipe that comes up through here. So the roof will come up and be boarded around here and shingled all the way down. And we'll end up having a stovepipe that comes up through here, and we'll have a collar, flashing collar. Probably have to make something or have somebody make something that fits this, sealed up nice. But that's the plan. So we have to now do a lot of grinding, cleaning. We'll use Sue's rust converter acid brush on stuff, and then we'll get a coat of Rust-Oleum on this. And our next project for the future is the roof. So we looked at buying 2x6. We looked at cutting our own logs, but we don't have a lot of logs, and time is also valuable. Our local lumberyard actually had 16-foot 6x6s for $30-ish a piece. So we're going to put those on our friend's sawmill, and we're going to get 3 2x6s out of each 6x6, or 2 3x6s, which brings the price down to about a half of what an actual 2x6 is, even rough cut right now. So we'll bring you along for that, but we're going to go ahead and sit you guys down. You guys probably don't care to watch me grind for the next hour, but we'll bring you back when this is all drilled and painted and show you what it looks like and wrap this video up. So hold on. Alright, so we've got it all painted. One coat. We might put another coat on a little later. Once we get all the holes drilled, we basically got to drill a couple holes in each one of these tabs so that we can bolt through and then make a plate to sandwich on the other side when we put our rafters up. So that's about it for this one. I think what we'll do is we'll bring you back, maybe even show you some sawmill work, and then we'll bring you back when we get ready to start setting rafters. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.